Hello. Bas, you can. Thank you very much. That was very good cinematic fade out. Thank you all for coming. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yay, we're here. Thank you for coming to this venue where we do comedy shows and apparently also sell Tupperware. I don't know. There's the very storefront sort of lighting to this place. I'm very happy to be here. This is not my first time in Finland. I have come to Finland before. I love Finland. Yeah. And every time I tell Finnish people this, they always say why. And that's why I love Finland. It's just the deep negativity. It takes a lot of security in yourself to be so fucking pessimistic about your own country. I come from a place where we have lots of pride and no reason. Don't raise the gain, please. It's very boomy. Can you turn the gain down? Also, don't worry. This is not going on the internet. You can relax. This recording is just for me. In the evening to relax, I watch videos of myself. There's still a lot of gain. Can you turn down the gain? See, now this will never be on the internet because this part, nobody on YouTube wants to see. Can you turn down the gain of the mic? No, the gain. No, now it's fine. Now this is a joke. Okay, so I have been to Helsinki before. I love it. The Scandinavian countries is one place also where, as Indian people, you don't feel bad about your accent. Like everyone sounds quite silly. I have been to Joensuu that also. I came to Joensuu and people are like, why? Why did you come? I went for something called a heavy metal knitting competition. Yeah. The World Championships of Heavy Metal Knitting, my friend and I became second. So if you guys need a sweater, fucking don't ask me. We just rocked out very hard. I have been in Europe now for 1 month and it's lovely, especially when you're so far north. This is a very, just being outside, you can die. A leading cause of death is like if you stand outside for too long, you realize this is not normal. It's like, why did he die? We left him outside by mistake. Therefore, he has perished. Not a lot of places like don't go outside. Why? The climate is there. I was in Norway where we also went to a sauna. And they say it like that. And here also, sauna. I was saying sauna. They were like, what is this word? And we went and they serve beer in the sauna, which is very strange. You can detox and talks nothing is being achieved. Everything you are sweating, you are also drinking. The speed at which you can become dehydrated is shocking if you just drink beer in a sauna. And then we went and jumped in the sea in the harbor at night. Okay, and already it's like literally like slush. Okay, it's like jumping in McDonald's slushy. It's like ice and water, and it's so cold. And while we're in the water, and I think I was crying. I would have been crying, but all my water content had been finished of my body. Then they said, hey, by the way, there are jellyfish. How many ways to die? We have put ourselves in this situation. We were in a hotel, everything was fine. But we have gone and stood near hot rocks and then jumped into 1-degree jellyfish water. And these are the things you have to do to keep it interesting when the sun doesn't come out, I feel. The number one thing I brag to people here about is like, in India, the sun comes out every day. Yeah, I know. We have so much sun. I'm like sick of it, dude. I'm like, stop it. It's too sunny. I say stuff like that. Too sunny today, yeah. That's the thing we should be proud of, this tropical climate. I also had the rich experience of like going through many countries where I can't understand the language of the menu. Okay. And in Finland, oh my God, dude. Why? Okay, you get a sense of the Scandinavian, like, Swedish, you're like, okay, I can kind of guess Norwegian. And then you come here and you're like, what is this? What is this? Really, I had one sort of racist adjacent experience here. And it was very exciting. I was taking a bus and I asked the bus driver, I was like, does this go to some place I wanted to go? And he was like, you are in Finland, speak Finnish. I was like, are you serious? Do you expect people to learn Finnish? I'm here for 3 days. How many immigrants are learning Finnish? How many Finnish people are learning Finnish. You have to grow up learning Finnish, otherwise you will never learn Finnish. I read the memes. You guys are trying?
I totally agree.
You totally agree? How good is your Finnish?
Because I'm learning Finnish right now. I'm going through the process.
How long has it been?
Here?
No, how long has it been in your attempt to learn Finnish?
3 months.
3 months. Oh, give yourself 6 or 7 years. And then you will fully get it. And I was in Spain. I was in Barcelona. I don't know if you guys know. That's how you say it. If you want to sound like a douche. Guys, let's go to Barcelona and Ibiza. In Spain. In Spain, that Barcelona. You can only say that when you're in Barcelona, okay? If you say it outside, people are like, fuck off. And so I was trying to read the menu and it was in Spanish. So what I did was I went right to left. I was like, okay, what is less than 10 euro? And I ordered just some words. And the dish that was delivered was, it was a slice of bread and a full tomato and a knife. And so I had to call the person back. I was like, excuse me, I think you have forgotten the food. And they say, no, you have to cut the tomato and then rub it on the bread. It's like, I feel like you can do this in the kitchen also. Do I also work here? I went to Belgium where they were very proud of having invented the French fry, allegedly. Belgium has invented French fries and they still have not heard about salt. Isn't that weird? I don't know what salt has done to every European country and why they're so opposed to just putting it in the fucking food. Your food is great, guys. Just salt. I've never had to carry salt in my bag before when I go to even like McDonald's or Hess Burger. Yeah, dude, Hess Burger. I've come here before and we just keep seeing Hess Burger everywhere. And I told my friend, like, should we go to Hess Burger? Because they have a lot of Hess Burgers. Okay, so then we were like, let's Google what people think about Hess Burger. Welcome, sir, welcome. It's no problem. No, really, it's lucky you're wearing a bright color. It's a yellow t-shirt, yellow hoodie. Just in case you get lost in the snow. So, if you Google Hess Burger, the #1 result is like a Google review and someone says, the most unremarkable burger I have ever eaten in my life. So then we gotta eat it, right? I was like, what is the most unremarkable? So I don't know what to say about it. Then I was in, let's see. I don't know if you guys can relate. There's many people from India here, so you'll get it. Indian people have a genetic fear of authority, okay? Inside our body, if you look, there are cells, there's mitochondria, and then there's fear. And it comes from being raised while being shouted at. Okay, if your Indian children are low status individuals in society, if you're an Indian child, anyone can yell at you. Anyone, it is freely available. And your parents will support them. They'd be like, you must have done something. And so we go through life with this fear of being shouted at. If there's an Indian person ahead of you at an airport, they have a folder. In the folder, they have all their documents on separate transparent sheets. Unnecessary things. Stick it and then also birth certificate. Bachelor of Engineering degree. Just because just please don't shout at me. So I reached the EU in Spain. The guy's just like, hola, go. I was like, they asked me more questions when I was leaving India. You know? When you try to exit your own country, they're like, where are you going? Why? Like, let this be their problem, sir. Yeah, when I encountered the police in Europe, I just walk past them. Nothing happens. I don't have to walk away slowly. Okay, should I slap myself? Okay. Dude, I have once really been fined by the Bangalore police for standing suspiciously. No, it's my fault. You see, normally I stand like this. But that day, I was standing like this. So you see the suspicion. Like something's wrong with this guy's center of gravity. This will cause hip problems in the long term. He was right. He was right, it does. Also, I feel like people are getting very free with making video calls in public places. Okay, you should have a sense of shame. It's the least you can do. Everyone in public on a video call is always talking to someone in bed. There's just one person like this in public. They're all talking to someone whose head is on a pillow who's like, yeah. Invariably, that person will say, hey, show me around. So they just turn their front camera. And you'll see this disembodied head like, yeah. Anyway, you guys are cool? We can start. This was not the show. This is a vibe check. You have all passed. You'll know when the show starts. Oh, so proud of yourselves. Thank you. So much applause for yourselves. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. When the show starts, I'll say, welcome to the show. I'll kick my leg like this. Until then, you can all relax. When the show starts, you have to fucking be on your best behavior. Until then, this is free time for all of you to chill a little bit. Okay. Now, let's see, I can do this like, hey, what do you guys do and all, but we know, mostly Indian people, you are in tech, or you are in finance, or you are a student who will soon be in tech or finance. If you say marketing, no, I'll be so angry. You're saying no so loudly. Okay, what is it? What is this alternative? Huh?
Comms.
What is comms?
Communications.
Are you finished? You've grown up here. You've moved to Helsinki to do communications. Yes, because Finland is known for their communications. How rich is your family? That you can just like, I want to study, it's just a degree. All the best. You will soon be in tech. All of us had dreams. I had to write software for many years before I started stand-up. It should pay my debt to society. Once I just travel looking for artists. And I do meet once in a while, someone will say like, hey, I'm an artist, Kanan. I'm like, yes, what do you do? UI, UX. Is this art? I don't know how the pandemic was here. I was in Sweden yesterday where they didn't believe in it. They were like, if there's a pandemic, then everyone should die. But everyone's dying. See? I don't know what logic Sweden expected to use. I'm sure it was fine here. It must have been isolated. Everybody had to be at home. But it's like that anyway. So there's not much of a change. I lived in Mumbai city where there are 1,000 people outside, and for the first time in my life, I saw empty roads, and it was wild. But eventually, we all got around to having this homogeneous experience where you have full days where it feels like you haven't done anything because it's true. You're just lying in bed with a blanket like this and one leg out and on your phone. And in the background, there's a TV showing screensavers of like a landscapes you'll never visit on the Chromecast, right? Like Grand Canyon, you're like, must be nice. The picture's taken by an Indian person called Pratik Selgunaraj, and you're like, good for you, Pratik. Meanwhile, you are here, okay. Now, I exclusively scroll on Amazon. I use Amazon like Instagram. At this point, not much difference. At least Amazon is honest about their business model. Yeah? They just like buy printers. You're like, yes, I will buy. Instagram's always like, hey, I'm a travel and lifestyle, so I want to buy a printer. Why? Why do you have to seduce me and then betray me? Just say you are a salesman. So I was scrolling and I came across a product. It's called an adult coloring book. I don't know if you've seen. It's in a category called Is This Your Life? It's very exciting. It wasn't adult in the way that I was hoping. There were no sexy pictures to color. It was just mandala patterns and sentences like, do what you love. People say that like we haven't thought of it. No? Do what you love. Oh yeah. Well, why do I keep putting my foot in the toilet then? The problem with doing what you love is you. You don't love anything. The things you think you love disintegrate on contact with you. What? Love guitar, pick up guitar, hate guitar. Love the idea of being a person, hate the experience of being a person, right? Anyway, so I bought it. For anxiety, bless you. We all have COVID now. It's for anxiety, the adult coloring books, that's why they sell them, for less anxiety. Not for more, I'm just being clear. I do have a lot of anxiety, and I just want to say I had anxiety before it was cool. Okay? Nowadays, fucking everyone is like, Kanan, I just can't. Oh. Kanan, these days, I just can't. I couldn't, okay? I cannot have been. I had anxiety back when it was called worrying. Remember that? Better days. I prefer worrying as a word. Because if you tell people you have anxiety, they don't know what to say in response. It's like, I have anxiety. It's me also, bro. But if you tell someone you're worried, they give you very good, actionable advice. Like, don't worry. Yeah. At least this is addressing the core problem. So now I got this coloring book, and to fill it in, I needed color pencils. And so, dude, I'm in my 30s. I can buy the best fucking color pencils Amazon has to offer. So I am reading the reviews written by other adults about the quality of these color pencils. I don't know if you've read reviews written by Indians, all Indian reviews are complaints, okay? It's not a review of the product, it is how you have been wronged by this organization as a whole. Just, if you have time, go read the reviews for like Uber or something. It's fucking awesome, dude. First review is always like, this is a fraud company. They have done fraud. Sir, I ordered the cab, the driver, it's always addressed to sir. Sir, I have ordered the cab and the driver has murdered me. I am dead now and this was not expected. Fraud. And typically the second review is just hi. There was a guy who was born inside the internet who uses every avenue to just dispense greetings. Hi. It's not creepy, it's pure. He doesn't want anything from you. He just wanted to say hi. So for these color pencils, there were 2 reviews. First review, 1 star. Worst. There's no further explanation about like what. No. This is the worst human experience. People are dying of hunger, like, oh, this is the worst. No! Have you seen Faber-Castell, pack of 6 color pencils? Oh, no, okay, I agree with you. That is actually worse. So first review, 1 star, worst. Second review, 5 stars. Worst. That person explained. He was like, the color pencils are good, but my coloring is bad. Then what to do, right? So I ordered it, and immediately I get a call from my friend, and she just called without following the protocol. With first you're supposed to message and say, are you free to chat for a bit? And like, you're free, you're not that free, okay? You're not doing anything, you could be doing many things. So then you get that message and then just let it rest for a bit. Like a good souffle, you're like, okay, I'll just... And the next day when you know they're not free, then you reply, like, I'm free to chat now. And then they don't reply, and then one day, both of you die, right? This is how we're supposed to talk. But she just called, I was like, this better be good. I was like, what is it? She's like, come and take me to the... And I know. I was like, huh? Take me to the... I was like, what are you saying? She's like, come and take me to the... And obviously, she's trying to say hospital. But I was enjoying myself for some time. I just really like making this sound. Yeah. Because vomiting is the only thing that if you pretend to do it enough, people will really do. It's a superpower all of us have. And I'm sad we don't use it more. You go to your friends like, why are you late? I'm just so sorry. I'm like, dude, if you are ever held at gunpoint, give me all your money. You can escape. Anyway, so I went and picked up my friend. I got a cab, went and picked her up. We asked somebody on the road, we're like, excuse me, where's the nearest hospital? And I swear, that guy was like, hospital? Yeah, just go straight. Well, straight. It was very irritating because it's very clear. Only in India is go straight or direction. Like here, you might say take a left, take a right, you're there. In India, we say you take a left and then go straight before you take a right. Don't take a left and then immediately take a right. You would be in the same place. You won't have displacement, which is the key of traveling. And so you go straight, you reach a building, it's called Pratik Ejaculate. It's always an absurd name. It's a person's name and some Lakshmi extravagance. And the hospital is bang opposite that. Do people say that here? Bang opposite? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. Bang opposite, if you don't know, means opposite. But if you say opposite, people don't believe you. So I live opposite. That could be anywhere. Bang opposite. Acha, bang opposite. And my favorite direction, I don't know if people use this here, is the word off. People just say, where do you live? I live off MG Road. Like, how should I use this information? See, first you get on MG Road. And then, all of the universe is off MG Road. Want to go to Jupiter? See, first get on MG Road. And then anyway, we went straight. And we reached the hospital. I run into the emergency room first. I'm like, doctor, it's an emergency. My friend is behind. She's like, the doctor said, who is the patient? Is it not clear? I was like, no, sir, I am the patient. She's like this. She just vomits socially. Dude, I don't know why emergency room doctors are never impressed with your emergency. It's such a big deal for you, the least they can do is, wow, how have you done this? But you can go to the emergency room with anything. Go with like a knife in your butt and they'll still be like, so. I must go stand in the knife in the butt line along with everyone else. There's a full line of people with knives in their butts. Hello, how are you? Only thing in your butt this evening? No. Anyway, they put my friend on a bed. Now the emergency room is empty because it's the afternoon. And we all know emergencies happen at night. There's only one other guy in the emergency room. In the corner, he's connected to some machine that goes beep every few seconds, right? So the soundtrack of the emergency room, if you is beep, beep, beep. I should leave. It was starting to become catchy. I don't want to later be like, people song is that? So I go to the toilet. What do they call it? What do they call it here? Toilet? Vessa. Okay. With the Vessa. Okay. Alright. I try every place I try to speak the language. And it never works. Sometimes you have happy accidents. You meet in the middle in English, right? You try speaking in German and they'd be like, bye, let's just, come on. In Germany, one guy actually told me before the show, he said, I wish you pleasure. And I hope that makes sense in German. And he's literally translated something. It's one of the best fucking sentences I've heard in my life, dude. I've been saying it since then. People are like, I wish you happy birthday. I wish you pleasure, motherfucker. What greater wish can a man give another? How was it? Pleasure. Fuck. Anyway, I go to the place. I go to the I'm washing my hands. All of us have had to do a lot of hand washing these past few years, right? Problem is in India, if you, like, the tap is also dirty, right? So there's this one problem. You open the tap, you wash your hands, you close the tap, it's dirty again. This is a fundamental, open the tap, wash your hands, close, dirty again! So typically what people do is they'll open a tap and first you wash the tap. Who else is playing this 5-dimensional chess? Oh, you wash us, we wash you! How about that? It's a lot of water, obviously. To solve the problem of water wastage, they made push-button taps that give you exactly the wrong amount of water for it. So then what? You have to press it with one hand and do this with your other. We've all done this. Exactly what is this accomplishing? So I wash the top part of my hand with the bottom part of my hand. And that way I'll circulate the dirt. And now after COVID, everything's automatic, including automatic soap dispensers in which it's impossible to tell when the soap will come out. Dude, you put your hand under it, it goes no soap. Soon as you give up, you look on the counter, there's a full river of semen white public soap. Sometimes you just get foam. What the fuck is foam? Someone's already washed their hands with this actually. Then, finish washing your hands, next decision, right? Are you this person? Or more dangerous? I can't see it, nobody can. Or you use one of those silly pull and it keeps going forever, hand wash. I hate it, I've never hated something so much. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like there's a moose standing and we all have to just wipe your hands on an animal. But if you have integrity, and you are a person of culture, you go to the automatic hand dryer. This is a device that has existed since the 90s. And it has never fucking worked. Remember, in the 80s and 90s, they were just like steel boxes that just magically press a button and then go home, okay? Even now, I have no luck, okay? Because the person before me always like, next person like, hey, what's that? And then invariably, like you go, you're like, then you start to have this existential crisis. You're like, okay, I have an engineering degree. There is a sensor. All I must do is find and activate this sensor, and then someone sees you, and you're like, oh no, there's a flash mob later. Right? So I finish washing my hands. I go back to the emergency room, and I'm laughing a little bit at my joke because I pre-laugh at all my jokes. I don't know, audiences are unreliable, okay? Whether you laugh, how am I supposed to know how you feel? So at home, I go through all my jokes, I laugh. You have to love yourself first, okay? So I go back, my friend hears this in the emergency room and she gets pissed off. She's like, Kanan, I'm in so much pain. What are you laughing about? So I told her, I was like, you know, sometimes an automatic hand wrap was more. And you... It's crazy. Okay, I mean, it's a little... So now we're both laughing, right? So it's... Beep! Doctor comes in. He's like, hey, this is a hospital. You can't just laugh here. Don't create ruckus. I don't know if you know, very big in India, creating ruckus. Don't create ruckus. There was no ruckus here. You have created ruckus. Why are you laughing? What is so funny? You know, sometimes it's an automatic hand wrap. Okay, I mean, it's a little funny. So now, beep. Two new girls entered the emergency room and they've just fallen off a bike. Torn jeans, bleeding legs, they come limping. They're like, doctor, help us. It's an emergency. Who is the patient? It's our bike. We're in so much pain. But since we're here, What are you guys laughing about? This is not my head. So now we're all laughing, right? So currently the soundtrack of the emergency room is yeah, while we were laughing, someone just died. And all of us will also die. So give up your dreams, death is coming, let's party, welcome to the show. Woo! Very good. Show has now officially begun. Be on your best behavior. I'll call your parents. This is my 3-point propaganda platform for the evening. Give up your dreams, death is coming, let's party. Why this is my patented path to enlightenment? Now why enlightenment? Great question, sir. Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but like everything is fucked. Isn't it? Have you seen everything? It's all fucked. Isn't that weird? Sometimes I found myself asking the question like, hey, when did it all go wrong? And it's in the starting. As soon as there was, it was wrong. And now you live in the world trying to solve it. No. Enlightenment, motherfuckers. That is the only correct response to this fucking horrible world. And to do that, first you have to give up all your dreams. Now, this I find Gen Z kids very ready, okay? Every time someone comes to the show with like a yellow hoodie, they're like, I'm like, this person has no dreams. It's just like my generation and older, I have to arm twist a little bit, okay? So now, if you're doing communications, for example, what do you have to give up, really? No offense. Because people, if you ask people to give up their dreams, people are like, why? You give up your dreams, no, if you're so excited. So, before we continue the show, we all have to face one fact. Most of your dreams have already not come true. Seeing as you're here. Many failures have led to this one night. Yeah, not just for you, for me as well. Oh, you think we've intentionally left all these seats empty? No, it's for social distancing. I voluntarily don't sell all the tickets. It's an artistic choice. I feel like all of us are born without dreams, but dreams enter your life in childhood through like some pretend games we play. There's one game which is particularly insidious. In India, it's called Ghar Ghar. Ghar Ghar in English is house house. It's essentially a game where children enact patriarchal domestic life for fun. Like you see your parents' real life and you just play that in front of them to hurt their feelings. Like, this is what you're like. I'm making dinner, I never loved you. The game. Yeah, I used to play in the 90s with my sisters and they used to force me to be Papa. And Papa is worst fucking thing. Yeah. Dude, Papa was not in the game. For like most of the game. You don't remember? You have to do a full day, you wake up in the morning, oh, good morning children. Like, good morning Papa. It's time for office. You just have to leave. And then stand in a different corner of the room and watch them play house house. Which looks like fun. Meanwhile, you have to play office. What is... Hello, Gupta, not now. Game. When you go home in the evening of the game, you're like, hello, children. Like, oh my God, Papa's home. It's time for sleeping, Papa. Shit! Dude, Papa never gets to have any fun. That's why Papa drinks. What else is Papa supposed to do? In my 30s, I understand Papa completely. Like, this dude had the right idea the whole time. The pretend games children play are reflective of their psychology, right? So, I had one more friend who had his own game. It was called Funeral. No, it's what it sounds like. We used to go to the park, he would lie on the ground. I had to go find sticks and arrange them over him. Pretend to light it and then mourn. Yeah. He would get angry if I didn't mourn enough. Dude, I am giving him my best eulogy. I'm like, it's a terrible tragedy. Well, from within the sticks, he's like, are you sad? Hi. If you don't know, this is the highest form of Asian sadness. It's when you go to a funeral and you start hating yourself. Like saying, God, why didn't you take me? Because it doesn't work like that. I know. I do this for attention. Then one day, funeral kid came to our house and we have to decide which game to play. No one wants to compromise. So we meet in the middle, new game, house, funeral. Very challenging, as you can imagine. Yeah. Woke up in the morning of the game, half the people dead. I missed it, I was in office. Imagine my shock. What? Everyone's dead. Gupta, not now. You play house as kids. Two dreams form in your head, a domestic dream and an employment dream. One day I'll get to grow up and do all this for real. Yeah? And then you do grow up. That is not fun. Why was this the fucking dream? Was the reality of playing house as adults is what? Getting yelled at by someone who is supposed to love you for an arbitrary, why didn't you refill the ice cube tray? I forgot. Why did you forget? Why do you remember? We can't have metaphysical arguments. The problem is, you grow up, you live alone, and you develop a system, right? It's a way of doing things that only makes sense to you in your life. It all starts innocently. You come home one day and you take off your shoes and you put it in just a place. And you're like, this is now the shoe place. From now on until forever, shoes shall be placed in the shoe place. You take off your shirt, you throw it in that corner. That is the shirt corner. And this is the shoe place. Entropy minimized. But then, some new dumb fuck comes. They have their own system. Which is wrong. And in the clash of systems, you end up having fights like you don't think anyone has fought about this before. But here you are. You thought you would have like Hollywood fights like, why don't you love me anymore? But your fights tend to be more abstract. One day you're just doing the dishes, they'll come and start talking. You're like, what's that? I am using too much soap. No, it's crazy. I actually had forgotten about the global soap shortage. No, I don't have to be sarcastic. I enjoy being sarcastic. Yeah, it's one of my passions. Because the tap is dirty, okay? You also do lots of shit. Okay, what shit? Okay, who is putting wet towels on the floor? Is it me? You're right. You're right. Okay. You're right. Yes, let's forget this. Why are we fighting? If you're with someone for long enough, you start agreeing to forget fights. Isn't that insane? You're like, all conflict has no solution. So what we'll do is you forget, I'll forget. Next time we fight, we'll remember. Then you have to negotiate the terms of this amnesia. What will it take? Can't just forget. Like, what do you want? Yes, I'm making dinner already. Yeah. You want a drink? No problem, I'll make you a drink. Yeah, there's some whiskey over here. So whiskey, what do you want? Soda, water, ice. House, no fun. Funeral, even less fun. No fun at all. Not to be negative about your Western culture here. Funerals are very boring. I know they're not supposed to be interesting. But they're like, people just come and they feel sad and they go home. You're like, where is the drama? Why is nobody fighting to jump into the coffin or into the cremation place? You need a little bit of... Everyone just wears black and they goes home. And people wear black here. In India, people wear white, actually, for mornings. You wear the skin tone you find threatening, I think. Whatever is this is the color of death. And in India, we have many kinds of funerals. There's one more North Indian, more Bollywood funeral, where everyone wears white and there's a pyre next to a river and it's very sexy and Shah Rukh Khan is crying. And the tears don't leave his eyes, they sort of shimmer in his eyes and reflect the fire and you're like, so sad, Shah Rukh Khan. You come home and you realize your dead mother's written you a letter for every year on your birthday. And your dad loved some other girl in college and then named you after her, which is weird. It's your dead mother's last wish that you should reunite your dad with this 35-year-old woman now called Anjali. And that's one kind of funeral. The other kind of funeral is more common in the south of India. And if you've never seen it, you must, because it is a party. There are 800 people blocking a road. People are playing the drums. People are dancing. There's 400 guys in the front, like 400 guys in the back. But in the middle, there is a body with cotton in its nose so it doesn't catch a cold. In the front, there's like teenagers lighting firecrackers in their hands and he's throwing it and one blows up in the guy's face and he dies. And they just throw him back on the pile. Dude, you watch that, you're like, life is not precious. How are 4 people dying for every funeral? Death is coming. It's a non-negotiable fact of life. Life has 0% survival rate. But everyone's like, yeah, I'll die, but not now. Right? Hello, I'm doing something. I'm taking a shower. Like when death comes, you'll be like, what? I'm getting ready. Yeah, idiot. Here in the West, the god of death sort of figure is like the Grim Reaper, which is pretty cool, that it's like, he's grim. It's a pretty grim job, that's the Reaper you want. Yeah, you don't want sarcastic Reaper. Yeah, who just shows up and like, look who's dead. So if death is coming, then it's important to examine what you spend your life doing before this inevitable end, right? I don't know you. Let me guess what your dream is. The dream is to work really hard now so that one day you'll have a better life. Sounds about right? Like this suffering, it's fine. Life is supposed to be sucks right now. What? Are you getting notifications on your fucking laptop? Brother, put it on mute. Who is Facebook messaging you at night on a laptop connected to the PA system? Anything else? You want to secretly watch pornography to fully sabotage the show? Also, why is the projector still on? Is there a joke taking place behind me that I'm not aware of? What was I saying? Something about death. The moments like this, I wish I was dead. Nah, I'm kidding. It's a very extreme response. So, you sign up for the, like, everybody implicitly believes that when you get the thing that you want, then your life will start. Like, this is not life. Yuck. Can you imagine? Gross. Like, right now we're backstage. And then when you have the thing, then your life will start. And what's the thing? What do you want? We're friends. We can talk about it. You want money, right? Yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, you want freedom, but money is the price of freedom in a capitalist society. And you're a smart person. You're against capitalism, but you want to be a rich person against capitalism. Is this not the dream? To discuss socioeconomics in a mansion. And so to get socioeconomics in a mansion, right on. So to get the money, you have to work, right? And this generation works a lot, especially in India, dude. People are working 14, 16 hours a day, every day. Office, fuck, horrible. You go to office in the morning, you're like, Gupta, you're on mute. You come home in the evening, Gupta is in the bus. You come enter your house, Gupta is here also. You can't escape this guy. And the sad part is, like, irrespective of industry, your job, it's like this, right? With something on a laptop on a chair. And if you're a freelancer, you're in a public place. And everybody kind of looks like this also. Is rounded shoulders, hunched over, fucking terrible posture. Yeah. Don't sit properly now that I brought it up. Dude, you say pause to people are like, yes. What about posture? No, please continue the comedy. Everyone has lower back pain. Yeah. You never thought lower back pain would happen to you, right? In the commercial, it was always an old person bending down to pick up a domestic thing, and then halfway through they're like, ouch. Then they show an X-ray of this is their spine, and here are red radiating pain circles, and they give you like, so you should put this cream, so along with the pain, now you smell. Dude, that smell has become synonymous with pain, right? You enter a room, you're like, there is pain here. I will do well here. So, you know why everybody has lower back pain, by the way? It's an epidemic. It's because we sit too much. And guys, you know, sitting, just sitting, is bad for health. Sitting. They took sitting. Sitting is gone. You are right now doing a very unhealthy activity. What is left? What is left to be bad for health? That's my question. What are they going to say? You know, actually living. It's not very good. Have you noticed everyone who didn't live never died? So if sitting and working all day is bad for health, the industry solution is you stand. How can this be? Sometimes they have a treadmill also, right? Like it's just walking desk. At least it feels like your life is going somewhere. And some places, like I'm sure the work culture here in Helsinki is pretty good. Like hours are not so long. But typically what happens is in a place with good work culture, like Indian people move there and fuck it up for everyone. Usually I've seen that happen globally. You go to a country where they're like, hey, you can leave work at 4. And people are like, cool, I'll stay till 11. Why? Because this is all I know, motherfucker. There are some untranslatable cultural things that I find it hard to... Like I always go to a place and I'm like, how do you say cheers here? They're like, oh, keep this, all right, enjoy. Or then they say, hey, how do they say cheers in India? We say, you're bringing shame on the family. There's no word. There's no word for cheers or you're welcome. So, sitting and working 10, 12, 14 hours a day, office. Challenging, but it would be worth it, right? When you get the money and then you can fucking retire. Fuck yeah. So you have a plan to make it happen, right, guys? Because otherwise it would be crazy. Otherwise it would be insane to just keep living like this with no fucking plan, right? Wild. Thanks. The sadness, suddenly the room has become sad. And it's not just Finland, it's the room. It's the taxes. You know, they have this stuff here like water. I would pay taxes to have water in free speech. I wouldn't mind. And here you feel like I also have rights. I'm like, wow. Right on. What a refreshing change. So I've done this show enough to at least, I'll say 20, 25,000 people that I have a sample size of how many people have a retirement plan. And I'll say it's less than 1%. Have even thought about it. Everyone else thinks some magical thing will happen in the future that will just, Kanan, you don't understand. One day I'll money. Right now I'm not money. But you see, one day I'll be like, oh, it's money. Right on. Everyone has a retirement dream though. And there's 2 dreams. First one, infinite money. Yeah. I'll have a villa in the south of Spain. I'll buy a village. So many people, European people, you know in Spain they are selling villages? They are not. Who is telling everyone this? Why the fuck would they sell villages? Second retirement dream is a rural dream, like I'll buy a farm. And I'll move to the farm. And I'll become an acoustic version of myself. And I'll wear long flowing robes. And have a loom and a goat. But no plan. And the plan, even if you made it, it's futile. It's not going to work. I'm only saying this because I tried it. Dude, I used to have a wealth manager. I used to have wealth also. Fun couple of years. I only got one because I don't understand financial anything anymore. Okay, what are you supposed to do with money? I don't fucking know. People say stuff like, what do you do? Hey, what do you do with your money? What do I do? I throw it in the air. I let it fall on my face. What do you mean? I spend money. And I keep it in the bank. In the bank, you fucking idiot. It is very stupid now to put money in the bank. Did you guys know? People say like, what about inflation?
What about inflation? What is this thing that is about inflation? Nobody has been able to explain inflation satisfactorily to me. I asked a question, I said, what's inflation? It's like some 6%. It's crazy. Crazy good, it's crazy. Yeah, but what is it? Oh, it's like between 5 and 8%. And so now, because of inflation, you should invest your money, not put it in the bank. Wealth manager says, invest. I said, should I buy shares? No. Very volatile, the stock market. Instead, you should invest in mutual index fund plan system. What do? They buy shares. But if a stranger does it, it's safe. So with this dude is making a retirement plan. They ask you 3 questions, and I will tell you what these questions are. First question, when would you like to retire? Right? So you're like, great question, 7:30. Thank you for asking. Second question, what would you like your post-retirement lifestyle to be like? And dude, this is what all the suffering is for, right? The post-retirement lifestyle. So I was like, okay, all right, okay, sit down, all right. Post-retirement, I would like to be able to go anywhere, also do anything, and buy anything. These are the basics of my retired lifestyle. And because this is a professional, he's like doing maths. Okay, so this is basic maths, this is advanced maths. And he gives a figure, he says you'll need about $50 million. About. How dare you say about when your figure is like 50 million. I got 48 years, not enough. What the fuck is about? Final question, by the way, retirement plan. Final question, and this is the best one. They say, when will you die? Because you need enough money from your date of retirement till your death. So when are you planning to die? His wealth manager looks at me, see, you're 32 now, you will die 70, so then we have to... He just said it. He just said you will die 70, and he moved on. I was like, what is this? What is in this? What happens if I live beyond 70? You won't have money. What, do you want to be alive and broke? Or die at the allotted time? It was bleak. So I asked the wealth manager, when will you die? He's like, I don't die. All wealth managers are immortal. There was originally one, and from him we reproduce. Asexually. Because no one will fuck us. Yes, offense, all wealth managers in the audience, please take offense and invest it. But perhaps I'm being too negative. Okay, I see that in some of your eyes. It'll work out for me. Everyone else, oh, good luck. But myself, you see, I am a lucky. And you could get lucky. Honestly, this is a real thing. It happens to some people. You could win the lottery. I'm sure. Do they have a state lottery here? Yeah? What is the amount? A lot? Okay, how much is it? $50 million? Right on. Okay, that's amazing.
I told you a lot.
What's happening? Are you discouraging, or we are agreed that the figure is 50 million? Okay, 50 million euro also. Pretty fucking great, right? So imagine you wake up in the morning, you get a message from the bank, and it's like, hey, what's up? Never share your OTPs or whatever. Not a problem here, I'm guessing. In India, every day. Every day, 10 messages. Never share your one-time passwords. Who is sharing? Why would I share my one-time password? Hey guys, 484-56340. Now we can be friends. I just wish you could just use stuff. Like, you can't go to a website in Europe. You just can't go to a website without having to make a moral decision. As soon as you go to the website, like, hey, what do you want to do with these cookies? Like, just take my data. Just take my data. Never show me this pop-up again. Please take all my data and never. I just want to have a seamless experience. Accept all cookies or reject your family. It's all. The option is like, hey, you want to press this one button or go into this other menu where you have to make 10 decisions. No!
What will Expedia.com do with my data? They will know, like, hey, this guy likes to take flights. Good!
I like to. Cookies. Anyway.
So suppose you get a message from a bank and it says, hello, Tarvatullah. Pretty good, right? Yeah, thanks. It's a weird thing to write in a text message. You have won
50 million euro.
Okay,
And imagine, put yourself in that position where you have won 50 million euro. Isn't that insane? Now, finally, if you had that much money, you can indulge in all your hobbies.
fuck yeah.
So, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free? Not what do you have to do to
Deal with the pain of your life. You can't say smoking, drinking, drugs, sleeping. No.
What do you enjoy as a stimulating activity?
I ask people get sad while answering. Invariably, people are like, well, Kanan, I like to watch stuff. No. Okay. I also like to listen to stuff. So my hobbies are perception. Life can get pretty challenging, dude. I don't have to tell you that.
that you know? Don't you find it weird sometimes that now you suddenly
Need motivation to like just live.
Isn't it weird? You have to wake up in the morning.
Someone has to say, come on.
For you to just be. Invariably, some smug asshole on YouTube who's like, you
You can do anything.
and you watch, you're like, really? Really, can I? I don't know, this is a video, I don't know you. I grew up sharing passive aggressive memes like, remember, while you're partying, someone else working hard. It sucks for them, I don't know. Why should I party less if someone is working hard? I should party more. And basically, life can get so hard, you need some sort of support system
That tells you it's okay. Like this is all worth something. It's going to be okay. Now, many people here, our parents and grandparents and stuff believed in God. That's a good one. Dude, fuck. If you can do that, oh my God. I'm very jealous. If you believe in God, you have no existential problems. Everything is solved. Every time you're like, hey, how come, why is that?
God. Okay. Thank you for clearing it up. No further questions. Everything is answered. Why am I alive? God made.
Why did he make me?
He loves you. How could he love me before he made me? I wasn't there only to love.
Conceptually. So that
You are overthinking this.
he made you and he was like, I love it. Like how you make those.
Oh, this one turned out nice. Now, if
You're alive and you ever suffer,
you can just ask God what to do. Like, God, I'm suffering.
what should I do? God is always like, dude, you love me also. We play love. Then when you die, come to my house. We have an after party. Now there's many people from our generation who are too cynical to believe in God. Honestly, shame on you. You disgust me. But if you're interested, there is a hot new belief system on the market specifically designed for agnostic atheists. Okay? You can believe in the universe. It's the same thing. But instead of praying to one guy, you have to use all. Every aspect of the known universe has to work together to help you achieve your sad dreams. You should believe in the universe. It's there. It's just off MG Road. Dude, every night I check. Yeah, still. But people believe, so the belief system makes sense. All the things that you want are within the universe. Who could argue? All ambition is within the known universe. All you have to do is attract the things that you want from wherever they might lie in the universe to yourself. So if you don't have money, you are just not attracting money. You are not attractive. You are poor and ugly. So now how to attract? Let me tell you the secret. Oh man, you are not going to like the secret. To attract stuff to you, you have to act like you already have the things that you don't have, like a crazy person. So, one of my friends is a big believer in this, that, remember? Vomit girl from earlier in the yeah. So, she's in her 30s like me and she wants a husband, okay? God bless. Why not? You do you. So to attract a husband, in her house she lives as if a husband who is not there lives there. She keeps all her clothes on one side of the cupboard, leaving a shelf empty for her potential husband's maybe clothes. 2 towels in the bathroom, one is for her and one is for the future. And if you think I am discouraging, you are wrong. Always go to her house. She's doing an improv scene. Why can't I join? I'm like, enter her house and I'm like, you have to know he's cheating on you. How come he's never around? I've never seen him once. The imaginary guys are all the same. They say they love you, then they don't exist. So now she's trying to get me to make something called a vision board. Okay, a vision board is a fundamentalist sect of the universe people. Okay, they are very hardcore. If you don't know what a vision board is, it's like a board. Okay, you put pictures of what you want on the board, and the universe is like, cool, take it. Dude, I don't know why more people don't do it. It's like a remarkably easy way to get anything you want. Where do you think you're going? I'm just kidding. I know. I'm just buying time to drink the water. She's working with us. I hope. Maybe she's working against us. How do we know? That's also very common in the motivational universe. Like show your enemies that you can do. Who has enemies? Do you guys have enemies? I have no enemies. Am I living my life wrong? I have people I don't like, but they will never know. So, vision board, every time I bring it up, there's always a few people who I can see in their eyes are like, meaning like, I have one, Kanan, you don't know. You don't know it works. It works, shut up. So, in the interest of scientific analysis, if you have a vision board, clap your hands, identify yourself. Okay, in the back there. I know you have one, but I'm not going to pick on you because I can tell from your face. Okay, who clapped? Okay, you have one? Okay, has it worked for you? Yeah. Yeah? Alright, see? Haters, have an open mind. Okay, it's worked for you, that's it. It's hard to test whether it works or not because it's one of those things that where you have to believe for it to work. So if it doesn't work, you didn't believe. And okay, so I'm very happy to hear it worked. You still have a vision board right now?
Well, not at the moment with me here, but yeah, at home.
Yeah. It would be super weird if you brought it. If you had to do that for it to work, I don't think many people would have vision boards because you're showing everyone exactly what you want. Now, is your vision board prominently displayed in your house?
It is actually like a notebook.
It's a notebook, okay, yeah. So, do you mind, now this could be a personal question, you don't have to tell me, what's like a picture that's on your vision board right now?
Pages, dude. Like, I don't know. So many things. But it is a personal question.
It's a point. Okay, fine. No stress. No stress. I guess you're asking someone what you want from life, right? And I'm always shocked that there are many answers to this question. I'm like, people put like, I want to go to college and stuff. I'm like, just fucking put money. If you can get anything, why are you not just asking for money? And then you can buy everything else. Sure enough, good luck. But that you won't get anyway. Might as well just get money. At least be rich. my friend wants me to make a vision board, but like, I always worry, I don't know if you can agree, ma'am, about sending the universe the wrong message. Okay, because the things you want are abstract, yet require concrete representation. Like if I want to travel and I put a picture of a suitcase, what if I just get a suitcase? I didn't want this. What if I am cleaning my house and I clear out one shelf and then one guy comes like, I'm your husband. I'm like, dude, I'm just cleaning. Okay, come now, you've come all this way. You want whiskey? There's no ice. And so my friend is really insistent on me making a vision board. She's like, Kanan, what do you want first? What should we start with? I was like, I don't have a board. So then, has this plan failed? She's like, no, idiot, we have to buy it. So we have to go back on fucking Amazon. Find boards, 3 reviews. Worst. Fraud. Fraud board. I ordered the board, it was a spoon. That's not a board. Hi. Last review was genuine. It said, received board broken. Board is fine, I am broken. Then finally, I got the board, I put it up, and I'm so upset because it's 2,000 rupees for the board, and 2,000 rupees is a negative €1. If you go and you give them 2,000 rupees, they also take €1, and they say, go home. Whatever the exchange rate is not good. But you will be happy to know the financial ministry's official position is, we are not weak, they are strong. Thanks. Thank you for this insightful comment. Actually, we are not weak, everyone else is strong. Did you know that? No, like, wow. It's almost, that's how the markets have always worked. It is a relative value. If we are weak, that means they are strong. If they are strong, that means they are weak. We don't need a moral answer to why did you get beaten up? It's because I'm weak. Anyway, to recover my initial investment in the universe, I don't want to make loss. What I did was, I put up the board, I took a picture of the board, then I put it on the board. Now what? Is this the world's best business model? What, single time investment, infinite boards? People are like, Karan, how are you selling boards for 2 rupees? It's because the universe works in mysterious ways. But yeah, nothing happened for me, but my friend who does the thing, she did get married, right? So, yeah, so maybe it works. Who are we to fucking say? Maybe it was the universe that made her parents arrange her marriage. What? Maybe that's how it works. You don't know. It's always weird when a close friend gets married, right? Because like you have such an intimate relationship with your friend, and now this new person has come. And now they come as a unit everywhere. And you have to be very careful about what stories you tell. Because you don't know what they fucking fight about. And you might incriminate your friend. So this girl, I've known her for a long time. We've done some crazy shit, okay? 10 years ago in the city of New Delhi, India, we were up all night drinking, as you do in the city of New Delhi, India. I had a 5 a.m. flight, and at 3, she's like, I will drive you to the airport, as you do in the city of New Delhi, India. So she is driving me on the highway, fully plastered, and I'm sitting next to her. And midway we realized that we are actually on the wrong side of the highway. Okay, so she's like, Karan, don't worry. I'll just turn the car and drive over the divider to be on the correct side of the... This is an insane thing to suggest, and equally crazy to be the other person in the car who says, go ahead. Like, dude, if this is possible, it will cut all our travel time in half. So she turns, drives over, car gets stuck on divider. 2 wheels this side, 2 wheels this side. Body of the car is on... Both of us have to get out, try to pick up the back of this car and then push it. It took so long, I missed my flight. And now this is what I consider a funny story from our youth. I thought I would tell this story to her and her new husband. not knowing that they've been fighting about how she's a careless driver. I start my story with confidence. I'm like, remember that time many years ago? She said, you'll drive me to the airport. And like, she takes a step behind her husband. She wants me to not tell the story. Problem is, I'm already here. You can't just stop. You have to like exit this emotion. So then, very quickly, I'm like, how can I fucking end the story? And so, the full story, you'll appreciate this. Full story is, remember the time many years ago, you said you dropped me to the airport? And then you did, and I took my flight. God bless everyone. Unfortunately, her husband is not stupid. Immediately, this dude is like, that's the story? That's the whole story. I'm trying to be casual. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. Crazy. Anyway, what's up with you? Let's talk about something else. Why would you tell that story? Nothing happens in that story. I'm like, dude, I thought it was funny. You don't think it's funny? It's fine. Different people, different things are funny. You know, comedy is subjective. You're trying to be objective. What is the problem, dude? Let's talk about something else. You don't know what's funny. Aren't you a professional comedian? So then as a professional comedian, shouldn't you know if your story is funny? Unless both of you are lying to me about something, and I look at my friend, she's like, so then I have to double down on this position that I have taken. It's like, yes. I thought it was very funny story because I'm not very talented and I don't know what's funny. Actually, it's the story of my life. That guy's such an asshole. He's like, I've always thought that. Like, just get divorced. Marriage will not solve your problems. Just adds another problem on top of your other fucking problems. But is that what you want? To just be married to someone and then argue about insignificant details of a boring story? Like when, in 2015, I think that was 2016, I'm like, can I jump out of this car before, who cares when your boring story ever happened? I wish it never happened. But the pressure to get married is real. The pressure is real, especially if you're an Indian person. Dude, you get to be a certain age, strangers in public just start approaching you. We're like, it's very weird to be single. So you have to make a decision. You can either get married and have children and do all the things. The other thing you can do is you can buy a Dyson vacuum cleaner and make that commitment for your future. We were like, Kanan, you're not planning to get married? Move your leg. My parents are actually very progressive in their opinion. And so they actually want me to have children, but they won't say it. Instead, they will imply it. And so we have very exciting conversations. So my cousin had a baby recently. My cousin is younger than I am. So I know next time I meet my parents, this will come up in some terribly exciting way. And so I go and I enter the house. My mom is just folding clothes, which I've never appreciated before. A very sinister activity. Kanan. Don't you think you're wasting your genes? What level is this conversation taking place at? Like she's trying to breed fruit flies or something. Wasting my genes? Because you can't reply, you can't be give an honest answer. Like if you had any idea, mom, about how much genes have been wasted over the years. Dude, young people these days mostly just wasting genes. Many of you wasted genes earlier today before coming to the show. I can see it in your eyes. So to recap, your employment dream is not going to come true. The money that you want is not going to reach you. The thing that you're waiting to happen won't happen. And marriage won't solve your problems. So the only prudent course of action for the future is what? Give up your dreams. Death is coming. Let's party! Okay. Some enthusiastic, some tentative claps. Some, I don't know, some peer pressure claps. Like, oh, okay. Seems like he'll just keep standing until he claps and then he'll clap. No, good for you to be suspicious. What if I convince you, then I ask you for OTPs after? I'm only harping on about this because we live in a time where it's actually very easy to ignore all your problems, right? Everyone has a cell phone and everyone walks around with one hand. People used to say smartphone. Remember those days? Smart. Now it's what? Evil. Everyone walks around with one hand on their phone like it's the Wild West. Because anytime anything slightly uncomfortable or boring happens, you're like, not today! Not today, my thoughts, haha! And then you're in this thing. And all the thoughts that were bothering you kind of dissolve into this like sludge. They get reduced into a jus. And they form like this backlight of pain that forms the shadow of shame. But it's no direct pain, you understand? And when you look down from your phone, it's later. Which was the point. And the thing that was bothering you is fucking gone. And you're like, yeah. I am assuming. But there's only 2 times in your life you can't run away. Now, one of those times happens at night, every night. The other time happens once a year. Once a year, and it happens a lot more in countries where the sun doesn't come out. One day you will wake up and your phone is just a little bit out of reach, okay? And you look out and it looks like the night, but you think it's the morning. And then, because your phone's out of reach, you spend that 1 extra minute just be like, and you can't help it, you start thinking about your day, right? You're like, I have to go there, and I have to meet them, and I have to do that. And you're like, yeah, like you know this day. Dude, you've had this day before. In fact, you think about your last couple of months and you're like, yeah. Okay, it was mostly this day for a very, very long time. But it's okay because the next couple of months you're like, oh no, it's just this day. Over and over and over and over. And then you get this horrible sinking feeling. You're like, is this it? Is this all there is? Is it just I was waiting for something to happen, but I think it's already finished. And you're like, oh no. But then you're like, no! I don't want to think about this. Then you take a shower with your phone, luckily, which is IP64. And then you go to work and people are like, have you been crying? You're like, you don't know me, shut up. I'm not wearing makeup today. And then by the evening, even that pain has dissolved and it will come again next year. But the evening is a problem every evening. Because unfortunately, for most of us, the biggest problem is that the place you sleep is also the place you work. Okay, so you're lying in bed with a laptop like this, and then it's good to be home. And now you're tired and you should sleep, but then you think like, I need some part of this day for myself, right? But you have no energy, so you put on some trash reality show on Netflix, which is why they make them. They're for defeated people. And you watch the Real Housewives of wherever they are now. And you're like, at least I'm better than these fucking losers. But then the next time you look at your watch, you're like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have ruined tomorrow, today. Fuck! So then you're pissed off and you go and change and you put on your night shirt. You have a night shirt, right? You know, every night shirt, once a day shirt. Yeah. Had dreams. You bought that shirt with some ambition, didn't you? But over the years, that shirt has become more comfortable, but worse looking. Like you. Yeah. You are now more comfortable, but worse looking. You get Facebook memories from years ago, back when you thought you were ugly, and you look worse now. Enjoy. And then you change and you're like, you get in bed. I have a memory foam mattress. It's good for your lower back. Yeah, it's bad for breakups. Dude, you're trying to forget. Fucking mattress remembers. You get in bed, mattress like, is she not coming back? No, man. You need to move on. You get in bed and you close your eyes and you realize the first time in the day you've had no stimulation at all. Okay. And that's when you finally find out that all of these thoughts that you didn't think, they have not gone anywhere. They are standing now in a line in your head, waiting to be thought. And thoughts are pushing each other. It's a busting line. Excuse me! Excuse me! It's a queue. When people get angry in India, they say what it is. Hey, this is a queue. That is a dog. That is the airport. This is the queue. Don't push me. Do you know who I am? Yes, I'm a very important thought. Yeah. I'm Kanan's unrealized ambitions. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? And thought behind is like, I'm a mysterious pain in the testicles. I've also been here for quite some time. I feel like my number should come one of these days. Don't push me. Who are you? One thought behind is like, have to pee, have to pee, have to pee. Dude, these thoughts are arguing. One thought cuts the line. Like, excuse me. Hey, line, loafer. It's a queue. You think we're idiots? Just standing here. Who the fuck are you? And that thought's like, oh, so sorry. I'm a regret. Well, then go ahead, sir. See you again tomorrow. I know it's not what you expected to happen in this comedy show, but now that we're in this area, it's a good time to face all your problems and reject them. They'll never see it coming. Say no. I don't want. And the way to do that is what? Give up your dreams. Death is coming. Let's party! Woo! Wonderful. I'm glad. Because it's not easy, okay? So, like, if you give up your dreams, you'll feel relaxed. I promise you. You're like, I don't have to strive. Thank God. You know, death is coming. Every moment becomes precious. You're like, oh my God, this show will never happen like this again, ever. We're inhabiting a unique moment in time. Plus, if you guys stand outside for too long, you'll die. And then you start to party. I don't know you. I don't know how you party. Maybe like this, you party. You start to party. And then for 5 minutes, and then you feel like this wave of pointlessness wash over you. Well, isn't this just as meaningless as everything else? Now you're in Helsinki. The main problem is, you think if you removed all the bad shit from your life, it would leave something good. But if you take out all the bad shit from your life, it just leaves nothing. And nothing doesn't feel like anything. It's like if you're in a bad marriage and you get divorced and you're like, yay. And then after 5 minutes, you're like, but I'm lonely. And that's how it feels. You feel lonely in existence. Okay? So how to party? That is the question. That is the fundamental problem. That there is stuff you can do. Okay? You guys can meditation. Have you heard? Have you heard about it? Okay. 5 years ago in America, they have invented meditation. It's pretty good, dude. All these CEOs do it. I think there's something in it. You can do more work if you meditate. I can't believe that's the sales pitch. Hey, if you meditate, you can make more money. What? Meditation's been a big thing in India for a long fucking time, in Asia. And you can go to retreats. They have them here in Europe also. 10 days, you go off to some meditation retreat and just fucking meditate, dude. It's awesome. First 5 days, you are not allowed to speak. Do you know that? Yeah. The key to enlightenment is first shut the fuck up. Because people come from cities, they're like, but I'm sad. Sit quietly in lotus position for 5 days. Dude, people start weeping because they can't take it. And you know, then you're not allowed to laugh at them. They don't even tell you you're not. If you laugh too much, they will remove you from the premises. And you have to come back from Rishikesh by yourself. But all of you are modern, busy, working people. You don't have fucking time to go for meditation retreats, yuck. But luckily, you can download the applications. You can download mindfulness. What a time to be alive. Next to Instagram on your cell phone is mindfulness. Instagram, mindfulness, TikTok, you decide. You decide. And there's many kinds of these apps. On the lower end of the spectrum, they just make sleep sounds. What? Rain. It's fucking raining outside. No. I want South American rain. Here the rain is like tip tip, there's like top top. I'm like a top top guy. I want to hear rain falling on a frog's back. Then they also have apps that give you a little bit of meditation instruction, how to do it. They say, observe your breathing. And then you're like, then? No, that's it. And they give you a little bit of like lo-fi chill wisdom, okay? Very lo-fi. They'll say stuff like, hey, your past is not here. Well, then what is this? Who is responsible for this? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. What about the traffic? And they say, the number one thing everyone says, they say, live in the moment. Yeah, and you know, and you're like, cool. How? Just pay $2.99 to live in the moment. But because we live in such a wild time, technology was made to improve human life. Ostensibly, that is the reason. And now, after all these years, we're like, okay, I guess we didn't know what a better life is. So we did something. And now, there is all this ancient Eastern esoteric spiritual wisdom that they actually wouldn't tell you. You know, there's all these like monasteries and ashrams where they keep all their keys to happiness secret. And now all that shit is on YouTube. You just have to go past the stuff you normally watch. It's like a Kinder Joy unboxing, 10-hour video, how to pick locks. Not how to pick a lock for your house out of the many locks available on the market. And then you will find all this wisdom. Now, my main problem with these videos is that they're all made by white people from America. And that's not the problem. Relax. This is not a racist diatribe. It's just that all the stuff they talk about, it's from where I live. And I didn't know it. There's a guy who teaches in India for some 500 years. He's the same guy. I don't know, he's not died. Okay. And people keep coming from America and then learning in the 60s and then going back and translating it to English. And I watch those videos outside of the place. But that guy, I'll never go there. It's kind of gross. It's this, I don't know, it's a very complex part of being an Indian person. Because there's all these things that you feel like you should know and you don't know. You know, you come to Helsinki and you go to a yoga class and you're like, I can't do this. Yeah. There's someone called Aina who says, hey, namaste. You're like, I don't know, Aina. I don't know. I don't know yoga. I feel like I'll take a day off. I'll figure it out. A day off in the sun, I'll be like, okay, I think this is it. This feels right. This feels like yoga. So, because the lectures that I watch on YouTube, and there's a lot, it's like, today's lecture is on Sutra Mahamudra, the Great Seal. And today's lecture will be delivered by your teacher, John. Fine. John. John is very good. There's a guy called Steve. He's fucking great, from Liverpool, UK, the birthplace of philosophy. And Guru Steve tells these parables. Look, Guys, you're being Guru Steve. Guru Steve tells these hard to understand parables. And his thing is like, if you can understand, you actually become wise. Now, I have never understood because stories make no fucking sense. But I'll tell you one of Rishi Steve's stories. And maybe you will understand. And you will explain to me. Okay? So this is what Maharishi Steve said one day. Story goes, one day a tiger is chasing a man. Okay? There is no backstory. It starts like this. It was like, were they business partners? And the man bit no. So the tiger is chasing, man is running. He reaches a cliff in the forest. He's like, oh fuck, where do I go? Tiger is bounding behind him. He's like, no. And he looks down, there's a vine going down. He's like, haha, starts climbing. Stops halfway below. And he looks at there's two more tigers waiting at the bottom. Yeah. The tiger's like, what the fuck did you think? We have planned this. We have a slack. So the man is hanging and he's faced with a dilemma. If he goes up, he'll die. If he goes down, he'll die. If he stays there, he'll die. Either way, death is coming. Hands are busy, how to party? Time is running out. Then he notices out of the vine, a single strawberry is growing. And then he eats it. And it was delicious. And Maharishi Steve says, I hope you understand. What? Main takeaway, didn't know strawberries grew on vines. Did you guys know? Also, if you've grown up in the 90s in India, you had strawberry ice cream at least 10 years before a real strawberry. And dude, when you eat that first strawberry, that feeling of crushing disappointment. I cannot forget, like, oh, this is not the same thing at all. Another mystery, butterscotch. It's not butter. It's not scotch. It has that crunchy thing you find in your eye in the morning. So give up your dreams, death is coming, how to party. That's where we are in the show. And if you're wondering, Kanan, if you can write a show about anything, why write a show about this? Honestly, great question. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 10 years. I've been saying that for 3 years. It's been a long time. And some memories stand out. You know, you never know what you're not in charge of what you'll remember. First show in Finland, I fucking remember this for sure. And then, not necessarily a good memory. A memory nonetheless. 6 years ago, I remember something. And I don't know why I keep remembering this, but I got a message from someone, and I think it was on Instagram, and it said, hey Kanan, I don't know if you'll read this. And I read it, I don't reply. I can't do everything. Hey Kanan, I don't know if you'll read this, but I was going through a very hard time in my life, and it's just you and your comedy that got me through it. I want to thank you, Kanan. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. And I was just so shocked reading this message. Like, I helped. I was like, which joke? What is this psychologically helpful joke? Then I'll write more jokes like that. And mainly I was like, this person is going through a hard time and they could just message me. I'm a stranger. Why are you telling me? When we were growing up, if you had a problem, the rule was you keep it to your fucking self. That is also the very Scandinavian way of doing things. Like, we have no problems, get out of here. Because that was how we were raised, dude. But I'm like, these kids are just fucking reaching out and they have this language where they can talk about problems. And I was like, maybe the younger generation will fix all this. They'll be happy. I was wrong. They're so much sadder than us. And I was like, you know what? I'm so glad you messaged me and I'm happy I could help you. I thought in my head, I didn't reply. And I already helped them. Why have to reply now? What if I make it worse by replying? What are you help me? I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, all right, I take back my help. That was 6 years ago I got that message. Now I get that message every day. People don't say help them. They just want to let me know they're going through a hard time. Every day. And I'm going through a hard time. I'm also going through a hard time. I'm also going through a hard time. I'm also going through a hard time. Then I look at my life. I'm like, I'm also going through pretty hard time. I message musicians. Dear Slipknot, I was going through a very hard time and your song People Equal Shit really helped me. I realized I think all of us are going through a very hard time at the same time for the first time. And our problem is, as consumers of life, right? That you have a life, you are dissatisfied with this product. 1 star. Worst! Dude, this is a fraud company! But there is no authority to complain to. They won't take it back. That's why many times it feels like you're fucked, and which is why I say enlightenment is the only correct response to the state of the world and how it is, right? And the unfortunate part about that is that now I have to tell you how to do it. And like, I don't know. Dude, guys, if you thought I was enlightened out, you think I would still be doing stand-up comedy? Yuck. Something so needy. And so that's the unfortunate part about this particular show, is that we have reached the ending, but the ending has not come. Because I don't have this one fundamental, the premise of the show is unfulfilled. I can send you home right now like this. And then you guys will be like, Be like in the starting, it was like, Unfortunately, that's how comedy works. I've been talking for like 90 minutes. You have forgotten everything I've fucking said. It just leaves a vibe. And this vibe has this unresolved tension of like, I said I would do this and I didn't do it. Now I can tell you an unrelated funny story for 5 minutes and you'll actually leave happy. You'll be like, ha ha ha. But then the moment you get home, you'll be like, fraud. Couple of ways I can introduce enlightenment. I can't do it. I told you, I don't fucking know. We can have a third character come in. At this point, it's called a Deus Ex Machina. Like an eagle suddenly comes and it's like, ah! Not an eagle. I don't know what sound eagles make. Eagle. Good evening. How are you? And this is how to become enlightened. But it's very hard to work an eagle into the show. Eagle is very hard to train. Also the customs. And the eagle needs a passport. Try applying for Schengen for the eagle. Eagle has no savings. It's very hard. And all eagles, they come to Europe, they don't leave. They take the jobs of the local eagles. Do they have eagles here? I've seen seagulls. I've not seen an eagle. They don't. It's too cold. Are there birds in Finland? This is a stupid question. Never mind. Of course there are birds. I haven't seen any. You guys do something to... I wish there was like 3 birds in the show. They're like, excuse me. Just 3 birds reading a newspaper. Yeah, so I can say unrelated stuff like this. And it's very distracting and you forget. But I'm honest. And it's a lot of pressure to put on the audience, okay? Because even now you guys are like, well, is this a part of the show? He does this every night. That's very weird. Or is this the night we see the mental breakdown? Because that's the show you want to see, right? Dude, he fucking went insane, dude. Yeah, so it's confounding. And dude, I understand that like right now, the vibe in the room is like... I want you guys to know how you feel right now. This is what I'm like. This is the mood I bring to social situations. People are like, at parties, people are like, Kanan, are you having a good time? I'm like, what the fuck is the fucking point of having a good time if nothing is anything? Okay. Okay, you just chill over there. Okay, all right. Why do we call him? And I realized that I was losing friends at an alarming rate. And I had to hold on to my remaining friends. Because after a certain age, you can't make new friends, dude. Doesn't happen. I'm only 32. That's not old. It's not good. Yeah, it's not an expiry date. It's like a best before. Like everything works, nothing works properly. And sometimes it's true, right? Dude, you guys don't even know. I've been balancing the amount of time I stand on either leg on the stage because otherwise my hip gets stiff. And it's because I sat on a couch. My couch in my house was higher on one side than the other. And I've sat on the couch for 10 fucking years. And now my hip is fucked. Anyway, hard to make friends, essentially, is what I'm saying. Is if you carry around this sort of pain. Sometimes you'll have a conversation with somebody else and you see a friendship begin to form. It's so exciting. Will you fuck it up? No, you'll say something stupid. It's going great and you're like, hey, dude, you wanna, yeah. Dude, sometimes you wanna like be my friend. That person's like, oh, I didn't know you were a serial killer. All right. So I realized I have to hold on to my few remaining friends. Okay, and the way I know how to do that is bribery. In my group of friends, I am the successful one, which is so sad for them. And so I thought I would book out a resort for my friends' vacation. I had to call my wealth manager first. I was like, listen, that money that I don't have, I have spent it. I hope that is okay. I love you. And I booked out this whole resort and in the middle of a forest. It's wonderful. It's the kind of place where rich couples go to cheat on each other. Like older couples. Like you'll hear the sound of like silent sex through the walls. It was just like creaking and then... like what's this? Climax or heart attack? Or both. What a way to go. And I reach a day early. And I'm just walking around making sure everything is up to speed. And I'm walking around and I get hit by this random anxious thought. Okay, now, having anxiety is like your life, you know. I don't have to fucking tell you. But if you want a formal definition, it's like sometimes you get worried that something will go wrong in the future and that will feel bad. So what you do is like, I'll start feeling bad right now. So if something goes wrong, you'll be like, I was prepared. I'm very good at feeling bad, actually. And so I get hit by this thought, and the thought is like, hey man, what if these friends, you just met them in school, what if they never liked you, and you've just been a +1 for all these fucking years, and you're trying to preserve something that's not there. And I'm alone, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm walking around just getting stressed, I'm like, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And my coloring book has not come yet, so I can't deal with it. With mandala patterns. So I'm just walking around like, what do I do? What do I do? And I find, oh, there's a fridge and I open it and there's ice cream. I'm like, thank God. And I start eating ice cream and they have these little cups, which to eat it, you get like a wooden flat knife. And so you put it in, it's like a lever, dude. The whole ice cream goes in your mouth. But I'm eating, I have so much ice cream. Now I feel gross and full and I have acidity, but it's cold. And I'm still anxious. I'm like, what do I do? Phone. Aha. Take out phone. No network. Fuck! So I go out and I have this very like third world experience of looking up for network in a forest. Where is network? Where is the network here? Like walking. And I reach like this clearing. And the sun is just about set. And there's nice purple color across the sky that people take Instagram photos of, thinking that nobody else can see the sky. And you know, there's a quality of stillness that you feel only sometimes when a moment has weight, because a big revelation is just around the corner. You know, there's philosophy in the next moment. So this moment has the come. The pre-come of philosophy was smeared across the sky, lubricating the horizon with its oily glaze. And I stood there with my phone and my ice cream, and I was like, okay, I'm about to realize something. But before I hear the sound from behind me. I was like, one of my friends has come early. I turn around and I see, it's a fucking tiger standing there. I was like, I look down, there's a vine going down. I was like, oh my God, Maharishi Steve. He was right. So I considered my options. I was like, and I told the tiger, I was like, listen, bro, I don't have the upper body strength for the rest of this story. I can't go down and think about stuff. So if you want to eat me, you eat me right now. And tiger's like, I don't want to eat you, Kanan. You look troubled. He knew my name. Kanan, you look troubled. Is there anything I can help you with? Like, dude, if you're not going to eat me, I don't want to talk. You're just some strange, what if you ask for OTP? I don't know. Kanan, I am a speaking tiger. in the third act of the show, a tiger ex machina. You just tell me your problem, and so I can solve it for the audience, because this guy's been yawning for a long time. He thinks I can't see. I see everything. Tell me your problem, Kanan. So I told him, I was like, tiger, bro. You give up your dreams, that's easy. Death is coming, that's fine. But what's left is just like life with nothing on it. And how come that sucks? Isn't that supposed to be good? Just how do you enjoy nothing? You feel what I'm saying? And Tiger's like, I see, this is your problem. The oldest problem in human civilization, how to live in the moment. You see, Kanan, if you let go of the ghost of your past and your dreams for the future, all you'll be left with is now. And you will find that you are not experiencing now. You are now experiencing itself. Hey, are you listening to me? Oh, sorry, dude. I know you were saying something, but I just got network. And my coloring book is coming tomorrow. Isn't that great? Color pencils still take 3-4 days, but the coloring book is something. It's a start. It's a start, right? Hey, idiot. I'm saying something very important, okay? Why don't you fucking pay attention to me? This will really help you. I was like, man, there's no need to be aggressive. Okay, and by the way, aren't there like some 6 tigers left? Dude, we are so tired of saving you. Why don't you go home and hug your family, okay? 2 more years, death is coming. I felt so happy my coloring book is coming. I took a bite of my ice cream, and it was strawberry ice cream. And it was delicious. And I finally understood what Maharishi Steve has been talking about this whole fucking time. Dude, even if death is above and below, your life is about what it feels like. And if it feels like ice cream in your mouth, that is the only relevant part of your life. Like, I don't know you, even if all your dreams come true or nothing works out for you, I promise all of your life will feel like this. You will be sitting somewhere, looking at something. This is it. And that's when it hit me, the full ejaculate. And I was like, so then there isn't anything to solve at all. And it was a very freeing, peaceful experience. I felt safe in the world. Calm. Tiger, on the other hand, is fucking depressed now. Dude, I'm trying to walk away. He's following me. He's like, can I come? I'm like, hey, chick. Can I have ice cream? Tigers can't have ice cream. Get out. Get out. Pause. Kanan, you don't know this, but I've been going through a very hard time. All of us have. Okay, why don't you just go? Oh, I thought you could help me with your comedy. I hear you're in the business. Why don't you tell me something uplifting, like a joke or something? If I tell you a joke, you will go. Yeah. So I told him, I was like, okay. Sometimes there's an automatic hand and the person is next. Thank you guys so much. Wow, okay. Okay, stop. I just wanted to see how long you would clap. Thank you very much. One person standing ovation. She tried to start it, or everybody else was like, no. I appreciate it. Now the show is over. Okay, you liked it, didn't like it, whatever is in the past. We live in the moment. Criticism is outdated. Couple of things I want to say before I go. First of all, thank you very much for coming. My first show in Finland. Who would have thought I would be fucking doing shows in Finland? I'm very happy. I really appreciate all of you coming out. It means a lot to me. Okay, that's one. Two, In my head, this is an enormously positive show. Okay, I just think it's the best thing you could hear in the world, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Sometimes I feel people take the wrong message. Sometimes people leave the venue and cause destruction. Okay, really, it happens. And people are like, "What the fuck is fucking important?" And they'll go and break something in the parking lot. So before I send you out into the world, I would like to control your vibe. Okay, if that's okay, I'd like to share with you the words of my favorite philosophers. These are the words that have helped me most in my life. I trust they will help you as well. Okay, so listen carefully. This is what they said circa 2001. Okay. They said, and I quote, "I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter." Good night.
It's